busy tweeting pictures of things that I'll never unsee.
Flarin is what hot sweet. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, dude, yeah, man. You know that's why everybody's a GQ model over there. Stockholm ruins the rest of the world for you because of Fifth.
And then there's Blue with the deathbed. Just
dude,
not
savage.
pulling punches.
I love it, man. Blue, you know what? He said, "There's no Duncan isn't here. Somebody's got to step up.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to assume that." I think he delivered.
He's using props too. He's tearing pages out of the notebook the other night.
This is not a monster camp.
I mean, he's not even been infected like the rest of us by Thorin's toxicity. You know what happens when that happens?
The monster will be
things should get out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go into the third map here. It's NaVi and Fnatic in the grand finals, the ESL ESEA Pro League. Last big tournament here of 2015, and so far it has been exciting. It's been 16-14 on both the two first maps. It's a best-of-5 grand finals. Now we're going to go into Mirage. Only Flarin willing to vouch for NaVi here and say they could bring it back. What do you guys think? Another 16-14 here for Fnatic?
I think this is going to be a stomp, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be all Fnatic.
NaVi get
I think it did. I think Fiflarin did a fantastic impersonation of NaVi there. You know, just reclined, waiting for Fnatic to take them. to take the tournament. It is done. It is over.
Submissive Fnatic.
Well done, Fifth. Well done. I see what you were up to now. So there we have it. Yeah, this is going to be NaVi at least getting the start that they were looking for. They will be starting on the CT side, and they are counting on Guardian to get that AWP as quickly as possible, pretty much. So they need that start. And so far, at least if we can go look at Dust 2, they've been hitting shots in the CT pistols. So can they do it again here on Mirage? Can they somehow bring it back on a third map?
Right, but we saw also, you know, after losing that first map in such a heartbreaking fashion, how slow they started on Dust 2. If they have a slow start here on Mirage when Fnatic is Terracide, if Fnatic gets up to like 5-6 rounds very early on in this match, it might just be a full-blown collapse from there. I'm not sure NaVi can bring it back, and that's a terrible start. Olaf Meister just wrecking Guardian.
Seized in this corner as well with just a USPS. The backup is miles away. Oh no, Seized. This is very hard to get out of. He's going to have to hit some nuts shots for this to work out, and they're just going to overwhelm him. Perfect instinct for Fnatic. Now they're pushing up. Edward here out in the open. He's going to get down as well. Zeus and Flamey, what's not a lot they can do right now. And Fnatic playing this round to damn near perfection. Zeus, he's got no chance. Simply gets overwhelmed. That was, I mean, Guardian dying in the middle, very bad. C's being left alone with a USP, and the fact that they pushed when he had his grenade out, everything just went bad that round.
Yeah, that's the thing. Guardian falling, and then someone's got to take his place, and it's his support. It's his support to that B bomb site, so he gets no help. That's far too long to have to hold off a Fnatic, virtually just a rush at that point. They see him up there, and they're like, all right, time to go, contact rush.
Yeah, that's exactly what it turns into. Well, none of it is pretty if you're a NaVi fan. And well, NaVi, at least Guardian, again, is prioritizing his AWP. He tries to save a little bit of money, just going for the Deagle, not the Kevlar. So, I mean, I really still have to think that that's going to be the linchpin here for NaVi. Get Guardian that op, see if he can have an impact. We've seen him walk down this map before. And well, Flamey, nice push into pit, manages to find Crim. So there's a start for NaVi, at least something going their way.
And a $200 investment into a flashbang. How many times do we have to say it? It's so simple and it's so effective. Think about how much money Crim's lost in that engagement. It's Kevlar, it's an AK, whatever grenades he had. It's so worth it, even if they get no other kills.
Yeah, if they lose anybody more here for Fnatic, considering they went for 4 AKs, they are not going to be pleased. They're trying to give themselves the best chance, basically, to shut NaVi down right here. Deal with that Kevlar, have the rifles. And well, Fnatic, because they had so much success in the first round, it looks like they want to go and say hi to the B side again. What's up, Seized, bro? You all right?
Guardian forced back a little bit, but he's got that Deagle looking for a 1D. Now would be a very, very good time for Guardian to find some of his aim back. Edward will be going down, and Guardian trapped in the back lines. They know exactly where he is, and Fnatic's really patient there as well. Instead of sort of, you know, trying to move forward, they just wait for him to re-peek it, and he walks right into the bullets. Renee gonna rain back there, but can't catch Dennis. That would have been an interesting kill, but not gonna happen.
Another, there was all AKs. Fnatic was very, very light on nades to use to clear anything out. So that was actually kind of a scary spot to be in, especially with NaVi had 3 players over towards that B site. But Fnatic, just didn't care that NaVi knew they were in those B tunnels. They were still so very patient. And their presence there actually allowed Olaf so much room to work with up Cat. He gets up Cat with no one spotting him, with not really taking a battle. And all of a sudden, he's there to help pinch the bomb site. So really, really nice play from Fnatic.
And, well, Fnatic, they just keep on going. Flush has got the Tech 9. They've passed that AK back to Crims, its original owner. And this is a hard eco from NaVi now. Basically, Guardian sitting on his P2000, really prioritizing the op, continuing to do so at least. They are walking into a stack here, though, Fnatic, so this isn't ideal. And Flusha gets taken out by Flamey, but Dennis comes around the corner, removes one. He takes out Guardian as well. Edward's there to at least bring it back a little bit. But then it all slows down. And Fnatic, when the dust settles, they come out ahead.
Oh, and Olofmeister with the cheeky shot through the box. It's going to be all up to Flamey here, looking for a long-range shot on somebody. Not going to be working out. Still very effective round here. I mean, 2 kills. When you've got nothing else, it's definitely not a bad start. So 3-0, and moving to the 4th round, straight AWP for Guardian. And on the other team, it's going to be Flusha currently with it. Did he spawn towards the middle? I'm wondering if he didn't. Actually, looks like he's going to. Is he going to make that run towards middle? Yeah, he will. Just backing out of there. Cheeky play.
Oh, okay, then. Well, here we go, Guardian. Straight into mid. Short smoke goes down. Nearly gets the timing.
Wow.
So close to picking off Flusha. And Flusha as well. Flusha put the first shot in and was just wide of Guardian. So fair trade in mid. And while Fnatic, they're looking to just go crashing onto this A site fairly quickly here.
Yeah, you can see the thought process from Fnatic. If Flusha gets that pick, they're already hitting this bomb site. But now it's going to be a little bit more slow take, and Flamey spots it out.
Once they have that, Flash goes out, trying to buy some time. Guardian annihilates Dennis as he comes around that corner. He's got eyes on apartments as well. They need to get a smoke up to try and divert, exactly, to give them a chance to get out here. And JW, Crims put them down on the apartments, and now Guardian, he's out in the open here in jungle. Fnatic can take this fight. They can go across, and there it is. Flush up finds the opening.
Well, Zeus coming in with a kill there. They need to win this round. NaVi, they're going to get back quick. JW and Crims so low on health. There should be no way that they could possibly win this round. All of NaVi are here. Bomb is making its way back, though. The W just on a bit of a marathon run in the AWP. Oh, he's not going to make it all the way back. Just going to try and hide up here. And right now, NaVi needs to think about the later rounds here. If they can just stay put and save the rifles they have, then there's no reason to go and find and hunt Fnatic right now.
That's what they're thinking. That's what they're worried about. They're waiting for Fnatic to walk into their crosshairs. Edward is the only one fairly active here, trying to look towards top mid, seeing if that rotation comes through towards the B site, but Flamey catches Crims. Crims was kind of dead anyway. He was just stuck behind the boxes there, so it wasn't going to be pretty, no matter what you did. But JW spots the first man, misses the mid-air shot, and not going to get the follow-up. For a second, you thought it was possible, though.
Really nicely done by NaVi in that 3-on-2, not to lose anyone else. They keep 3 members alive. They salvage the AWP, so they're not, you know, it puts a dent in their economy, but it's not terrible. It's not some kind of crippling blow to them. So another round for Fnatic. They're going to buy into it. This time, are they going for the AWP? I believe Olofmeister is on the... Olof's just going to keep on the Tech 9.
He is, actually. Well, I mean, we all know how good he is, although I would just say, you know, give it to Dennis, considering he shreked that TQM yesterday with it. Clearly showing that he's effective, but Olof, he works out fine with that Tech 9 as well. They're going to get right under top mid, looking for the boost in the window perhaps, or for somebody to peek in the ladder room again. Olof, you know, he had success versus Guardian in the pistol. See if they can pull a little bit of a rinse and repeat here.
That was another interesting thing in the last round, is that Fnatic didn't smoke Guardian off. They took that fight. You know, they wanted to go right at him.
Well, big opening frag here for Edward on Olofmeister. The top frag is seized, picking up JW. If they can get away with a good round here, then NaVi's economy will be so much better. Fnatic will have to eco, and maybe they could make just a, you know, bring some of that confidence back. They must have lost a hell of a lot during the course of the first 2 maps. He is seized. What a disgusting headshot from Crims, and now Edward grenaded down. Fnatic, they're back in the round in the space of a second.
What a horrendous way to jump to check that position, seized. I mean, now since the update, since the changes, somebody's going to hit that headshot with an AK. And he gets picked off easily. Now Fnatic have a way to basically hold it, and Dennis catches Flamey trying to rotate in short. Zeus will get the instant headshot on Crims. That gives him a chance. Guardian is there to take out Flusha, and it will come down to the man on short, just Dennis, and he doesn't take out Zeus. So now he's forced out into the open. He will make the jump across. Guardian not able to hit the follow-up, but it's just not fast enough. With the kit, Zeus is able to get the defuse, and somehow NaVi find a way to win this round. Guardian even backing off just far enough to save the AWP.
Jesus.
It's just so incredible. And also, it starts out in a 3 versus 5. And how quickly, like you said, that one mistake on the jump from C's, how quickly does it turn in Fnatic's favor? One small mistake like that, they follow it up with a nade kill, and all of a sudden they're in the B bomb site, and it looked like that NaVi wasn't going to be able to retake that. But, I mean, what it does do, Fnatic gets 4 kills that round. Economy of NaVi is not built up whatsoever. And another very scary, and this is virtually the same buy that Fnatic almost just won the last round with.
Flamey, yeah.
Yeah, very, very good position, obviously. And getting that first kill, and they've been playing this a lot, Fnatic, where they send Flusher over to the ramp and just to check out things, right? And NaVi already kind of know that because they had the one sort of eco round where they had a flashbang and they picked him off there, so they should be aware that that is a sign that the rest of Fnatic is somewhere else. Flusher's been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah, either comes down to Flusher or Olaf, right? Well, Edward, he does get spotted in ladder room, so there's a little bit of info for Fnatic to go off of, but then Guardian just zeroes in on JW. There's no way for the Swede to get out the window. So once again, we find ourselves in a 3v5, and Olafmeister's there to bring it back. He takes out Seized. Edward barely makes it out of there intact. He's kind of stuck in that room now. Dennis is waiting for him. And well, Guardian, he's going to peek around this corner. No, he's going to just calm down a little bit, sets up the flash, turns away, misses the shot, and that costs Edward his life somehow.
That's incredible. Right back into it. Although, look at the utility on Fnatic now. That smoke that just gets used, it just on Zeus. What a good position to be in. He spots it out. He has all the intel of what's coming.
Yeah, rotation is already coming through. Crims.
The only thing is Dennis here in the middle. They might know to be hit, but if Dennis flanks them, and now Dennis knows that there's nobody in A, they don't have time to go anywhere else, but this could still get a little bit scary.
10 seconds. They're giving themselves no time at all. Easy shot for Guardian from Kitchen. Seized, Flamey already in position to catch Crims, and Dennis is just going to run right into the blender here. Or not. Yeah, okay, there it is. Guardian, he was just, keeping us guessing a little bit there. Hits the shot, 3 kills for him in the round.
That's a round that depends a lot on timing. Imagine if they get down and get the bomb down and Dennis is coming up from behind like that. It could turn into a very tricky position, but really well played from NaVi so far. 3-3, they bring it back, and Fnatic, they probably want to keep on the pressure, but at the same time, they could only buy 1 AK in this round, and they're just not going to go for it. A couple of smokes, though.
Those 3 rounds for NaVi were just so stressful. Like any of those rounds where they make just one more mistake and they drop one, all of a sudden they're reset, and then it's just Fnatic off to the paces. It's just so difficult for them after that.
It turns into that Fnatic show.
Just like the other 60 rounds they played in this grand final so far, it's been very stressful for NaVi.
Oh, wallbang. I like it. I dig it. Edward, okay then. He takes out JW. That'll be a little frustrating. Manages to, help Seized roast 1 alive. Edward finds another headshot. This is just the rush. Dennis will find the kill onto Seized, but then a dunk nade, and then the bomb winds up in the wrong place. How does he not spot that?
That was a teammate or something?
Something, or could have been a GoTV smoke thing?
Maybe the HE smoke?
Something was definitely off there.
Well, that's awkward.
Well, it works out just fine anyway. It's a 4-3, and they only lose 1 player. So pretty good job once again, NaVi here. Their economy looking slightly better. Fnatic, AWP on Olafmeister, and we'll see what they could do. Dennis setting up for the smoke that's going to land towards the stairwell, but the rest of Fnatic are in the middle or B hallways.
How fortunate is Edward there? He gets very, very lucky. And Guardian's brought down very low, so he's going to have to be forced to play just a little bit more passive with these angles. But Fnatic has full mid control once again, so they just stream out, they clear everything, they push it all back. They know Edward was on catwalk at one point. He's more than likely to hear him spamming now, so they know he's in B. And they're just going to rotate the bomb and a couple players back towards the A site.
Now it's going to be, Flamey and Zeus here to hold. Zeus from jungle, Flamey. He's actually going for an aggressive situation here. He wants to get right under Shadow and up onto balcony, hoping to perhaps catch somebody coming out of Palace.
And nobody will be coming there, so if they don't have a way of clearing out Flamey, he's going to be in such a good position for this kind of push, especially because they'll be focused on Guardian. Unless they can take it on quick, that's going to make things very tricky here. No one through Palace is going to be interesting. There is a guy making a play over at B, and that's JW. He can still manage to maybe rotate some people off, especially if he gets a kill on someone here. But now, 35 seconds as they push in. Guardian not going to connect with that shot. Flamey up here, sprays and not connecting. Cease and Sush luckily coming in with a couple of kills. And Sush with 1 more sprays for the triple. What a play here. Sush winning the round for NaVi. That's huge. Flamey, I think he should have been able to do a lot more from that position.
Yeah, well, no big deal because NaVi just destroys the other prong of that attack. Olaf in mid, JW trying to get something going at B, slow down some rotations, get a pick. But once those 2 fall pretty much simultaneously, everyone from NaVi can just focus on the 3 members who come up at A ramp. So, they're putting together a really, really good defense now. And now another opportunity, it's going to be Tech9 and Armor from Fnatic. Actually, they invest a lot into this pretty late into the round.
Yeah. Yeah, this seems like there was a little bit of discussion going on there. It's just a quasi-buy, not a full force. They're going to be able to buy up in the next round regardless of the outcome here. Of course, they would like that bomb plant, so that's really the goal here for Fnatic. The Hail Mary sort of play. Edward again with that spray, but JW's not going to get caught this time. Well, Fnatic, they've had so much success getting out on the B site. They've been slapped around on the A site, so NaVi right now, they have to be wondering exactly where it's going to go, but you see Zeus start to kind of hang out around jungle close to Murder Hole. He could get through to Kitchen fairly quickly, and Edward and Seized both set up there on that B site.
This pop flash from Seas could do massive damage, especially with Edward here. That slows things down. Zeus is even going to start cheating over, but I mean, so passive. NaVi has no presence in mid, so they have no real intel. And just one smoke dropped on Catwalk, that might just kind of slow down the rotations from NaVi.
Seized actually going to push in past it as well. Bit of a dangerous move here. And he's going to have a lot of targets. He's got 30 bullets though, and they have actually armor and head armor on 3 out of 5 players. So there's the first one without any head armor, but he's going to continue with the bullets here and almost getting the triple there. Not quite. Edward now in good position here. They are out of grenades as well on the Fnatic side. Bomb gets dropped, and Edward and Zeus finishing the round, taking care of business, making it 6-3 in favor of the CIS team, who simply must win this map, otherwise they're going to lose the grand finals.
Yeah, this is pretty much it. It's map for map. It is the final map potentially here for Fnatic, and they are struggling a lot here to get something going for themselves. Now that NaVi have got an economy, they've got everything that they need. All of the nades here for NaVi as well, so a rush really isn't an option for Fnatic. Although I say that, they are going straight up the pit. Is this just going to be a very quick execute onto the A side? It is an option here for Fnatic. They might want to go for a turn of speed, although Edward, he's right around the corner. He'll catch the first man. There needs to be a trade, though. It needs to be a follow-up, and there we go. Crims is there, but Edward again, and Edward with the double spray just locks it down, picks up all 3 kills.
Oh god, the timing then could have worked out very badly. Flusher and Oliver going to be left. It looked like Edward sort of, you know, trying to escape. It almost looked like Flamey was going to have, well, we're going to be left alone then for a second, but some good trading going back and forth, and Flusher and Olaf, this is one of those situations where NaVi really need to remind themselves just how far ahead they are in the round, but Olaf looks like he might be getting a free kill. How is he not seeing Seized? He's just outside of his field of view. This is ridiculous. If he just looks down for a second, then it's a 2-on-3 instead. He sprays once. Seized is right behind him. What is going on? This game is out of control.
Well, and now he can wreak some real havoc, because he's found great map control. Zeus, is he aware that he's even here? It doesn't look like it, but he, you know, recovers just in time. So now it's just up to Flusha. He does have the bomb, and the rotations have been pulled away, but NaVi, I mean, they're closing in on him now.
Yeah, exactly. Edward up in a palace heard the steps there from Flusha. And with 30 seconds left here, Flusha, it's a bit of a tall order. Edward lurking up in palace. Flusha's going to have no idea, no matter where he plants this bomb. There's just no safe place to plant the bomb. He's going to have a smoke. He's going to take that flash and right into Zeus's waiting arms with the AWP. He goes. So no joy here yet again for Fnatic. And all of this off of a very well-timed push here by Edward. He wins the first key. He loses his teammate Flamey, but then he just goes in there and, well, takes care of business on his own. Which
is very uncharacteristic of Fnatic to let that kind of a play have that much success. They're usually very, very good at trading. It also seemed like Edward and Flamey had some miscommunication where Edward didn't know that Flamey was going to be there to commit to backing him up. So Edward, very, very good for him to turn around and obviously get those last 2 kills.
A bit of damage put out in the middle here. Edward spotting at least 1 player, so some intel also being picked up. Zeus right across from the connector, and he's going to get that kill on Flusher. Goes back to stairwell. Edward there to pick it up. The bomb down as well. It's looking very good right now for NaVi. They're coming out. Well, I say that, but now they're actually trading back. Fnatic not going to let go so easily and inflicting heavy damage to NaVi in this round, losing 3 players. That looked like it was going to be so good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, too. Fnatic, we've seen it a couple different rounds where it's just like, it just turns instantly, and they get a couple kills, and they're right back into it. But NaVi, I mean, like we said, too, they're just barely holding on in some of these rounds. So very, very good from them. And Fnatic now, just like Inferno, they seemed a little bit stumped on this T side.
JW seems stumped. He's got 1 frag right now. That is not good. 12 rounds into the first half. But also the bomb, the fact that, you know, yeah, they're running up there, it's just bomb, it's just unfortunate turns of events really for Fnatic. They're challenging, they're making life pretty difficult for themselves here. So now, I mean, they've gone to A side a couple of times. There we go, Seized. Making it a little bit more difficult to hit that headshot, and then he gives them another chance just because he's a nice guy. And there's the peek, there's the shot, a little bit of spray. JW just going to take a little bit of shrapnel to the face, and now Fnatic in position to go for the rush because Olaf is pushing up short right into Guardian.
They've got so many players on this bomb side here for NaVi. I mean, TSM showed us that that's not necessarily a victory, but still should be a pretty good setup here. Edward, and C's still hiding. He gets a double kill. Bombs down as well. It's triple for C's. Runs out of bullets and eventually goes down, but still a 2v1. And Flusher trapped in the corner. He's trying to fight his way out. He's going to be initially successful, but Flamey has by far and away the advantage here. It's going to be down to a headshot for Flusher if this is going to be working out. And Flamey gets the flick on through, and NaVi going to win the 9th round in a row here on the first half of the 3rd map in Mirage.
It's very interesting seeing Fnatic with these grouped up strategies where they're slowly executing on the bomb sites. They're giving a lot of time for NaVi to rotate in. There's also even that force buy they had a few rounds back where all 5 of them sat in those B halls for the entire time with smokes lined up, and they ran it down to like 30 seconds. That's very uncharacteristic of Fnatic. But NaVi's, you know, they're reacting to it perfectly.
I kind of wonder if it's similar to what we saw from them on Inferno, right? Where once it turns into the grind, there's more talking than that's happening than would happen with a team that's had a bit more time to refine their play. For example, they have to try and figure out the solution rather than just knowing, like, okay, this is what we're going to do. It seems to be costing them, though, and that's putting additional pressure on the Swedes to get the job done under the clock. And, well, Edward just really stepping up here individually. He just keeps getting frags in these rounds. Takes out Olafmeister, who tried to pressure him on short. And now Fnatic, once again, down a man. But at least they have a little bit of time to work with here. They have a minute.
So many early kills for NaVi in these rounds, and Edward's going to get another one as well as Flamey. They're just annihilating everyone.
Wow. Okay, there we go.
The UMP, that's what he needed.
Of course. This gap in the smoke, though, is lethal, and JW has no idea. Seized most certainly did. Gonna get the 1 kill in. Another 1v2, I mean, you gotta get it for Fnatic. At least they're bringing it close round for round, but they seem to come out just shy of the victory here in all of them, and that's gonna make it 10-3. I mean, again, I've got to say, I am very impressed. I can't imagine how hard it must be to lose 2 maps like that, 16-14, when you really had a chance to win both of them. And we've heard them arguing outside. We've seen how much Zeus has been sort of railing on his teammates over whenever we get the camera shots in. And right now, they seem to be mentally back in this game.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked to the Starks even just last night, and he was saying they just don't know how to beat Fnatic at times. And the way these first 2 maps have gone, like, you're never going to count Fnatic out of this. The fashion that those maps have been kind of dropped by NaVi is really scary, even going into the second half, even if they have such a huge advantage.
Are you foreshadowing another 16-14 comeback for Fnatic, Moses? Are you going to be that cruel?
Just building up the possibility.
Soulless.
There's nothing in there.
If that happens, I'm going to start suspecting Fnatic of doing this intentionally.
Very accurate with their reads right now as well, NaVi. They've got that info exactly. Edward peeks out top mid. He finds flush up. And that's pretty much going to open it up here for Flamey to get a double spray down. Guardian going to miss his shot, but that's all the info they need. And Flamey just, well, he's the Bastion. And Fnatic, they just can't get in. 4 kills for him in that round. And that's 11-3 now for NaVi.
That was pretty good from Flamey, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I mean, I love this too. You know, I look up and I just see Flamey looking at Fnatic, and he's just like, "Yeah, that's right, that happened." Get out of here.
You have it right. These reads are so good. I mean, they're rotating an extra person over to where Fnatic is hitting, and also they're having another person just take the one-on-one duel, and that's a lot of confidence that we haven't seen at stages of the previous 2 maps. Is just the confidence to take these fights.
Well, going into the 15th round, a kill is traded there. Flamey going down, and Olive in the middle wrecking Edward, but he can't take care of Zeus, and that's still going to mean we've got a 3-on-3 on our hands here, and Crims is on the bomb side and ready, seeing if he can actually open it up for a bit of a bomb plant. Guardian is sneaking in on the other side, and the timing could not be worse for Crims. Flashes are going to come out now, but 2-on-3 here, and now we have a big advantage. They've got 2 Molotovs and 2 AWPs. They've got like a line that you just cannot cross in that bomb site. Dennis, he'll be all alone in a 1-on-3, and he's going to get shot in the back through the box. Pistols out. 12-3 finish for NaVi. If they cannot convert this into a win on Mirage, then I don't know what they could do. I mean, then I think Zeus really will be strangling his teammates.
Okay, that was all right. You dodged it. It's Fnatic.
It's 100% similar.
Flip the table. No. Ah, man. Yeah, well, we said it on Inferno. Dust 2, I mean, it's almost faded.
Not this time.
Yeah?
Not this time.
Not like this. I'm curious. Well, I mean, they've got to be feeling a whole lot better here, NaVi, but then, yeah, first 2 maps kind of started out strong for them.
I mean, I asked Dennis beforehand when they came back in the seats here, and he said, yes, we have to make it entertaining. I was like, okay.
That's what I'm saying, right? It's all about putting on a good show for everybody. If you're just tuning in, this is the third map of a best-of-5 grand final here to close out the EEPL Season 2 finals. And, well, this is it, guys. We go into the second half, potentially the last one.
Potentially the last one, but how many of you are it's just so scary right now for Navi. They've got to be thinking it too, like what happens if they don't close this out in 6 rounds? What happens if all of a sudden they're in the middle of the half? You know, even if Fnatic's just up at 7 or 8 rounds and they're just like, you know, is it going to start getting into their head? You've talked about how mentally strong, and it definitely is to get in this game with this lead after the first 2 maps.
Oh, Flusher trying to reload, and that's going to be all the time they need to get closer. Flusher, this is not a good position to be in. The Glock train is coming your way, but he's actually going to stop it dead in its tracks. Gets the first kill, and JW chiming in. Olofmeister with the first frag as well. They're trying to pick up this bomb here, but Na'Vi, they're down 2 men and not in a good position right now. So really, really good play from Flusher and Olofmeister in that round. Now, Guardian still alive and pushing up, and he shuts down Dennis, goes back for more against JW. What is Guardian doing? That's a triple kill right back into a 2 versus 1, and Olof's got 10 health left. Guardian has had enough of this BS, and he's going to go for the quad, just wrecking Fnatic. What a round. That's what you need.
Yeah, you need that superstar player to show up like that. Huge, huge performance from Guardian. That's what they didn't have on other maps. You know, it wasn't this massive step up when they really needed it. Now they can actually have, you know, their foot on the throats of Fnatic and just close this out.
Now they can attempt to survive
Hopefully.
the second round.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not hopping on the Na'Vi train until they actually survive this second round. So let's see. I mean, they are themselves do not want to take any risks. They realize how close they are. They go for 5 rifles, little light on the nades, but Edward gets the job done, and Guardian there to take out JW. So everything going according to plan here for Na'Vi. And, well, Zeus is still making his way through the halls onto that B site with the bomb. Nade isn't really going to connect, but Flusha does get the peek. That's the info. Dennis rotates. Krims as well, although Krims gets put into an early grave by Flamey. And now this is basically Navi's round to lose. They've got control of the A site. There is no way for them to lose this at this point, 100%.
You on the train?
Bam.
I'm
there?
on the train.
I got my ticket.
I'm ready. Seeing a third map, a fourth map, which last map's Cobblestone, right?
Last
so
is Cobble,
Train
yeah.
for the next map?
Train is the next. That's Navi's pick. So, I mean...
But I definitely wouldn't rule Fnatic out of Train. I mean, I know that they don't play that much, but I mean, we have seen some... Just because of the players you have on Fnatic, that means you always got to be a little bit worried. Like, we've seen Olofmeister lurking around outside in that courtyard and just being annoying.
To be fair, if I'm Na'Vi, I'm still worried about this map. I'm just saying, there's no way we can let this happen. And
Hey,
Dennis starts things out really, really well. Nice deagle. Flamey to equalize, but Dennis is back at it.
What are you doing, Dennis? What are you doing?
He's like, have you guys ever heard of TNT and what it does to, you know, rails over a chasm on a bridge? All right?
The Na'Vi train chewing away.
Ticket. Yeah, okay, never mind. We can stop it there, but right now, at least Fnatic are trying to stop Na'Vi cold. And Na'Vi doing actually a pretty good job of just zoning in onto this A site. Edward rotating over with that bomb. Again, they have the advantage of range with the rifles. They just need to get the smokes in and make their jobs just a little bit easier.
Na'Vi has been so spread out this whole time. And now look at Olaf. Look at what Olaf's doing. So Fnatic's actually in a really good spot. Flush and Dennis both in CT spawn. A lot of time running down off the clock. 45 seconds left. Olaf C's might just get eliminated.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
All right.
Olaf Areno. He's going for the long con. He's going straight in for the backstab. Edward, he's not going to be close enough. Shots going out. Flusha and Dennis now just have to hold the line. Olofmeister, he's sprinting dead out, trying to get in here as quickly as possible. If he can actually drop Edward with that bomb, that's 20 seconds left in this round. This could be the moment. He's got a Galil. He drops the bomb carrier, and now they know that there's an enemy in their back ranks here. Na'Vi, it could fall apart right now. Zeus, he's just waiting with 9 seconds left. Seas is going to try and get in here to take a fight with Dennis, and that is it. Olofmeister.
Triple headshot round for Dennis with the deagle.
That too.
Navi took so long in that round to decide what to do that it actually gave Fnatic all the advantages. Like, Olaf gathered so much information with that push. They're able to stack the bomb site. All of a sudden, Navi's the one who don't know. Like, you could see Fnatic was so spread out because they don't know where Navi's endgame is going to be. And then all of a sudden, they start putting, you know, they put the puzzle together and they figure out it's going to be A. But Navi, on the other hand, has no idea that Olaf is pushed up and flanking. They have no idea that there's 2 members in CT spawn. And they're the ones who get crushed.
Now it turns into a bit of a firing range here at the top of mid. Navi putting 4 players there, hoping to get lucky and get that shot. JW did get out a window in one piece, and we'll be happy about that. And seized no real luck over on the B side apart from forcing out some nades. So, I mean, that is useful. Create a little bit more room to work with here later on in the round if they want to go for the B play.
I'm still on this Navi train, by the way. I'm not worried, Moses. You're not going to sway me.
It can't happen 3 times in a row,
No.
Anders.
I'm on the train, but I'm ready to bail out at any point.
Doors open.
Wow. Dennis forced into a corner here. Not necessarily the most comfortable one as he tries to get back out. Zeus ready and waiting. And that was all because of one flashbang as well. So pretty good job there on the Navi side now. 4 on 5. And JW hiding in the window, trying to see if he can maybe catch an edge somewhere that smoke doesn't cover, but it seems to be perfectly accurate. And now Guardian going to be taking down Flusher. It's a 3 versus 5 here, and this would be a big round for Navi. Might be able to close out the map behind it. JW and Crims are left, and they should probably try and save what they have right here, making a lot of noise.
Just wait.
Zeus.
Just wait.
No, the
Just
bomb
wait.
with 20 seconds. Not like this. Grenade going to go up. JW can't win the fight, and Crims... Well, he can actually still drop the, stop the bomb from crossing. Well, he's going to get shot in the back.
You can just see it.
I can see it happening. I can see it happening. I see JW going up underpass and Zeus isn't stopping. I'm like, bomb's going to get dropped. If he had had a smoke or something, just imagine. If he'd had a smoke, JW,
Well,
drop the smoke.
the reality is if he gets that second kill,
Yeah, it's over
then
as well.
it's over.
Then it's
Like,
really
that
over.
was the battle.
That's the heart, man. Can't take it. Just can't. Just can't. It's too much. Double smoke. Miscommunication there?
Yeah, I think so. But it's 15 to 4. Fnatic would need to win 11 straight rounds in a row without a single mistake. But well, Dennis is at the headshots again with the Deagle because why not? Hitting a second one and JW crushing Edward. There's something seriously wrong with Dennis at this point. It's going to be Zeus and Cease left in a 2 versus 4. And right now they got to wonder just what is going on. Dennis the third because why not? Just keep it going, Dennis. We just don't stop.
He's so cruel. He's so cruel.
He looks like such a nice guy as well.
Yeah, but obviously not. Dennis, just look at that.
I'm just shaking. We're just shaking heads at each other right now. Like, bro, I don't know what you're doing with the dig, but it's a romance. Just keep doing it. Wow. I mean, what is that? Back-to-back triple dig headshot rounds?
Yep.
Yep.
Why not?
Kaboom.
15 to 5, and well, Navi are actually going to have to eco here. Hey, this is what we were talking about. Just what you asked that question a while ago, Moses. What happens if we get in sort of the mid game of the second half here, and suddenly Navi start to get like those almost sort of Vietnam-style flashbacks? You know, the burning corpses and all the rest of it. You know, all the stuff that happened on Dust 2 and on Inferno. That could definitely be a big problem here. This round should be an easy enough shutdown for Fnatic, but you got to worry.
Well, yeah, because now Fnatic going into the next few rounds, they're going to have AWP, they're going to have Molotovs, they're going to have smokes, they're going to have everything they need to have another shutdown defense like they did on Inferno.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Olafmeister with that AWP versus Guardian. That's always a real fun fight. Especially because, well, I mean, JW, it's a little bit of a mix. Flush, it's just like, well, okay then. No, it's not awkward at all.
I almost feel like Fnatic is just like Navi. Even at 15 rounds, they've got to be so fragile still. Like if there's like 2 to 3 gun rounds that Fnatic win in a row, you know, if it gets up towards like 9, 10 rounds, I think Navi is still just like they're ready to collapse mode at any point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although I do like that they aren't going to try and needlessly force. They're not falling for the same trap. They aren't going to reproduce it. They are just going to take their time, quasi-buy here, and then get a full buy-in on the next round where they have everything that they need for a full execute if they want to do it. So smart play here from Navi. They've recognized the error already that they've made in the past maps of this grand final.
And A executes, I mean, they could be almost a bit of a coin flip at times depending on the Fnatic setup. So, I mean, why not try and go for it every once in a while? Maybe get some intel about how Fnatic likes to hold. So, Crim's going to play close in sandwich here, and should be a decent enough round for Fnatic. They've got a strong presence already, and actually a fourth member rotating in, so I expect this to be sort of a quick round again. Dennis opening up with more headshots, and Zeus with a bit of a refrag on Crims, not too bad, but again, losing rifles. Oh, wait a minute. JW goes down, and Dennis going to fall as well. Fnatic, they let go of the round, and Olofmeister's very nearly dead as well, trying to run for the smoke. That's going to get him killed. And this just might be it. 1-on-3 for Flusher here. This would be a big clutch for him to try and keep this map alive. One tab, it would kill Edward if he just hit it, but it's not going to connect through for some reason. And, well, bomb is ticking away. There is a Molotov here, but NaVi be a very confident way to win this round just by a simple A execute. Flusher going to be jumping in. He hits a jumping headshot with the C-set. Taps the bomb once. He has no idea what sees this walking up behind him. And it's going to be 16-6. NaVi, they bring us onto a fourth map. That's going to be on Train. Wow, what a ride we've been on so far.
That's the thing. That clutch from Flusher, you still see him winning that. You know, you can just like you can see it happen in your mind's eye. But either way, like, good for NaVi to get that win. Like finally now they closed it out.
Well, we're gonna need some analysis of that map as well as we do go into Train, but not before we hear what the guys over at the deathbed, I think I heard someone say. What do you think, Alex?
Hello and welcome back to the what was a deathbed. It looks like the pillow has been removed, and that's primarily because some shots were prematurely fired. Yeah, Baloo.
Well, I mean, Tiflaren just rubbed some voodoo Swedish magic on the deathbed, and then the knit magic transfers over to
I made it
NaVi
into a
now
love seat, Alex.
It's always been a love seat since day one.
Well, he made it into deathbed first.
I see. You messed up.
Still will be a deathbed.
Oh,
Still
really?
in time.
It was just a bit of an early call,
Yeah.
was it? You're suggesting, but I mean,
All in
good,
good time.
solid performance on Mirage. I mean, Sean, you were talking to me beforehand, and you were just saying, you know, Mirage, Fnatic, NaVi already on a downward spiral. That felt like it was kind of their fate was sealed. What on earth happened?
Yeah, I mean, going into the series, I had a feeling that NaVi should have picked Mirage, but I thought they would be totally mentally out of it. They bounced back so well from those two losses. They're still in it. They were actually smiling and giggling for the first time in this entire series, and we made note of that. I think it was in the first half. Yeah, sometime in the first half. They did a great job holding the bomb side A. I think Zeus had a couple nice 3Ks. Held it down at B too. I mean, everyone was doing a great job chipping in.
Yeah, and of course came into that second half with a bang. Guardian just showing us, like, had some swift Glock work, I think was a nice way to summarize what he did just to open up that site. Very, very kind of positive stuff from him. But
He wasn't, I think.
he wasn't necessarily the only member stepping up in this one. You can see, is it four? Four he found in this round?
Yeah, he found the last 4 right here all get taken out by Guardian.
Just mows them down one by one, just pushes into kitchen and teaches them how to cook.
The timing on it, I think the second kill he gets is so good.
The third one came nice and easy, excuse me, but we're going to be seeing NaVi pick that one up in kind of convincing fashion. I don't know where Fnatic necessarily were, but I think the giggle point is one I'm going to want to come back to. That's a technical term for it. Just seeing, the giggle point that we made, because, I mean, like, Zeus is quite a vocal leader, I think is the best way I'm going to phrase it, where he can sound quite critical mid-game and during his calls, or not. I don't know if it's critical. I mean, my Russian's a little rusty, so I don't know exactly what he's saying, but it's the tone and everything. There you go. It's the tone, it's the way, I don't know. It does just come across quite abrasive, and you guys have agreed with, like, when we were kind of listening, and like, doesn't sound positive on Inferno when they were 13-2 up, or 12-3, excuse me. But yeah, so I mean, coming into this one, there was laughs, there seemed like some kind of banter between the guys, and NaVi seemed to have whatever was said outside. I saw quite a kind of compromising picture taken by our observer, just like all of them not talking, like speaking a word to each other, but they seem to.
Edward was reaching to the sky.
Yeah.
Was praying, like, please, let us
The old NaVi 1.6 gods. Help us. We want more titles.
Return to us. And maybe they will now. I mean, guys, look at the maps that are left. We kind of were saying that if they'd have picked up Inferno, this series was theirs, like, good and proper. Now, could still happen. Train, the next map, is a map that NaVi have quite highly, been demanding at the ESL ESEA Pro League Finals. Robin, you did, however, point out they lost both of those attempts. Is this going to be a third loss for them?
No, I mean, NaVi has shown now, winning the third map, that they have the mental fortitude to actually come back from those, like, very bad losses. It wasn't a landslide of a loss by any means, but losing 16-14 is often worse than losing, say, 16-3.
Yeah.
Because then you go back and you just think of what went wrong, and it's the small mistakes, right? I mean, so the last 2 maps, Train and Cobblestone, could easily go into Navi's favor. Potentially, if they had picked up, I mean, look at the maps, or look at the 3 maps that's been played. Navi could have just ran away with this. It could have been a 3-0, right? Instead, you see Fnatic winning the first 2 maps, and then Navi. I said this on the first game, whereas you have to close the game early versus Fnatic. You can't let it go late, because that's when Fnatic are at their best, and that's when you see, a team like Navi just ends up crumbling a little bit. Don't really come up with a proper answer to Fnatic's defensive holds. So yeah, for Train now, I actually do see Navi winning Train, even though they just lost the 2 ones versus LG and XTSM.
There you go.
Here's another thing that we see coming into play on that last map as well, is that everybody on Navi steps up to the plate in this round. It wasn't just like 1 or 2 players. Like, we've had Flaming and Guardian for a lot of this tournament being the top tier players, and Edward, ever since yesterday, stepping up to a large degree as well. We actually see every single player sitting, at least around the beginning of the second half was when I checked it for the first time. We see every single player just doing a fantastic job of keeping their frags up, making sure they're contributing to the team. Whereas with Fnatic, that inconsistency that I was saying was going to be a problem for them at the beginning of this set, that shows, because Flush and JW, who were, I think I was looking at the HLTV stats, and I think they were like 2 of the top players on Fnatic in the second map. Now they're 2 of almost the bottom of the players here in this map. Yeah. So everybody's shifting around. You constantly have to rely on different people to be the hero players to your team, and that's just not going to work out for Fnatic in the long run.
Yeah, I don't think Fnatic took that loss on Mirage too dearly. We saw Dennis kind of like having like exchanges with Semler, like laughing it off with his 3Ks, with his Deagle, and we're going to be seeing what they kind of come up with during that game on Train. Because, of course, it is into that 4th map in this best-of-5 series. The players do get just a little longer of a break, and so we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to take a quick one, guys, to catch our breath before we do dive into map number 4. Are we going to see all 5? Question will be answered after this, and while you head out to a break, why don't you go ahead and get yourselves onto ESL-1.com and grab yourselves some tickets for Cologne, which is coming, of course, over at 2016. So, guys, stay tuned.